Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. We got a lot to get into, so we're just going to dive right in. We're going to start with the news that came out last night. Four-star linebacker Braden Rouse commits to Tennessee over Alabama, Texas, and Michigan. This was a big one, man. This was a big boy battle, and we had an absolute blast last night right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network watching Braden Rouse make that decision. The fact that nobody had a clue. Nobody had any idea where he was going. We knew it was Tennessee and Texas, but the family wasn't talking. He wasn't doing interviews. There were no spoilers from the media. They didn't inform the coaches until about 10 minutes prior to the decision. I wish more kids would do it that way, but huge win on the recruiting trail. Again, anytime you beat out Alabama, Texas, Michigan, just a big win for this coaching staff. Tennessee now has two of the best linebackers in the country for this class of 2026 with TJ White and Braden Rouse. White comes in as the fifth best linebacker in the country. Rouse, number 8, both ranked inside the top 100. We've been through the scouting reports. Coach Jay broke down some film last night on the live stream, so if you missed it, go back and give that a watch. But who's next? Braden Rouse is in the boat. Who is committing next for Tennessee? Well, the target happens to be Braden Rouse's teammate over at Kell High School. You can see the graphic there on the screen. Joel Combe says, where is home? It's Tennessee, Georgia, Missouri, South Carolina, and Wisconsin. Now, Joel Combe, 3-star safety, 6'2", 190 pounds, out of Marietta, Georgia. But you look at the offer list, right? Sometimes we talk about 3-star U, whatever, I don't care. Look at the offers. The offers are what matters. We talk all the time on this channel. Evaluation. Know your evaluation. Get the kids on campus. Develop them. Look at Big Squish. Look at Gabriel Ascenda. 3-star U, right? 3-star offensive tackle commits to Tennessee until they reevaluate him and rank him as a 5-star, and Georgia's knocking on his door trying to steal the commitment away, but he's locked in and staying committed. So when you got a 3-star, look at the offer list and then trust Heupel and this coaching staff to evaluate this prospect. But the offers: Auburn, Wisconsin, Arizona State, Ole Miss, NC State, Kentucky, Missouri, West Virginia, Alabama, South Carolina, and Georgia. So a ton of offers for the 3-star safety out of Marietta, Georgia. The scouting report says Joel Combe is a promising safety prospect with a solid foundation of athleticism and strong work ethic potential. His potential versatility and leadership qualities make him an attractive target for a major college program. He'll likely need to continue refining his skills and physicality at the college level, but the raw talent and positive attitude are evident. Now, going into this decision coming up tonight, you can see there on the screen it says 5 p.m. Eastern time. Well, we're going live with Don Bailey at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So we'll post out and let you guys know on social media what that decision is, and then we'll talk about it tonight after we get done with the Don Bailey interview. But Tennessee going into this thing perceived to be the front runner. You've also got South Carolina pushing. There's no predictions. There's no crystal balls out there. Most of the insiders are leaning Tennessee. VolQuest on Friday said South Carolina remains as the strongest competitor for the Vols in this one, even though the SEC programs continue to hold the buzz. Wisconsin continues to work in this as well, and it appears the Badgers are not going to concede this until the end. So we will find out what happens with Joel Combe tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Again, the teammate of Braden Rouse, the 4-star linebacker that just committed to Tennessee last night. Now, I saw some quotes. I saw some interviews with him after his decision. He said that it's something that him and Joel Combe don't really talk about. They don't talk about their recruitment. He doesn't know where he's going, and Combe didn't know where Rouse was going. Rouse said the only people that knew were his immediate family, his parents, his brothers, his grandparents, and then his head coach. That was it. Nobody else knew. And again, I wish more kids would do this, man. I think these predictions, I think these Fong bombs, I think, even Hayes Fawcett teasing the Texas graphic last night. He knew Braden Rouse was coming off the board. That was engagement farming 101. Kudos to him. He's got a huge following, but I wish these guys wouldn't spoil these decisions because last night was a lot of fun. We'll see what Joel Combe elects to do tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern time. But speaking of Fong bombs, speaking of expert predictions, speaking of crystal balls, we got a big-time spoiler alert. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. But I need you guys to do that YouTube stuff for me. Just real quick, smash the thumbs up. It's down there below the video. It's quick. It's free. It's easy. It helps the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. If it's your first time here, welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't pretend to be that. What we are is exactly what you guys are. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Again, a big live stream coming up tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Don Bailey, a guy that was recruited by and played for Jeremy Pruitt. He saw this program at rock bottom. He was in that locker room when Josh Heupel came in and said, what can I do for you. And I'm excited to talk to Dom about a lot of that process and what he went through at Tennessee. So come show up, show out, show love for Dom Bailey tonight. Legend Bay is going to be in the house next Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then we play EA Sports College Football every single Sunday night at 6:30. So join us for that. But let's get into it. Another decision that's right around the corner. You can see the graphic there on the screen. 4-star offensive tackle is coming off the board. He says, where is home? JB Shabbaz is going to choose between Tennessee, South Carolina, and Ohio State. And I'll be honest, we've not talked a whole lot about JB Shabbaz on this channel. We've not mentioned him a whole lot. And the reason for that is this is one of those kids that's kind of quiet. He doesn't talk a whole lot. So you can't really get a gauge of where he's going. But again, you see the graphic, you see the top three. He is coming off the board. He's going to make that decision on Friday between Tennessee, South Carolina, and Ohio State. And again, just being a guy that doesn't talk a whole lot. So heading into, he didn't even take a lot of visits. Didn't take a whole lot of visits, but heading into the official with Tennessee, it was going to be his first time on campus. He had never even been here for a visit, but VolQuest put out an update and said that he was excited to get to campus for the first time to get an in-depth look at this program. They said that he was impressed with Glenn Ellerby when he went for an in-home visit, and he definitely had some high interest in Tennessee. He took official visits to South Carolina, to Penn State, NC State, Tennessee, and then he took that final visit to Ohio State. Now, after the visit, this is what he had to say. Not a whole lot here. He said it was very fun this weekend. Me and my family had a great time. He said the people here are amazing. Brought his family with him on the trip. Said it was huge. My mom got to talk to the coaches. She said they made it feel like it was home. So again, that's it. That's all we had. So we really haven't talked a whole lot about JB Shabbaz. Not a guy that we've really mentioned a whole lot on the channel. So what I want to do is go over and take a look at the scouting report, see what he brings to the table. Again, he is a 4-star offensive tackle. He is a blue chip prospect. You can go look at the On3 industry rankings, ranked 352nd nationally, 27th best offensive tackle in the class. The scouting report says he's considered an elite prospect, displaying size, strength, and athleticism that suggests a promising future at the collegiate and potentially professional levels. His strength, or his size and strength, he possesses an ideal frame for an offensive lineman, standing at 6'7", weighing 295 pounds, according to 247 Sports. He is described as a powerhouse pass protector who has developed into a physique naturally, suggesting potential for further growth and strength development. Goes on to say his athleticism is a major asset, particularly evident in his footwork and ability to effectively engage blocks on the second level, a skill set attributed to his background as a basketball player, noted for his quickness off the ball and ability to change directions. Run blocking. One of his stated strengths is run blocking, indicated a physical playing style and a focus on setting the tone in the trenches. It goes on to say, despite his age, his coaches note his advanced technique and potential for significant development. He's been praised for his consistent effort and willingness to improve. So again, that is the scouting report on JB Shabbaz, an elite prospect. We talk about Glenn Ellerby, and some people even have Glenn Ellerby on the hot seat. Can he recruit? Can he evaluate? Can he develop? You look what he's done lately, man. He has been adding some legit dudes on this roster at the offensive line. When anytime you got 2 5-star offensive tackles on the outside, you are doing something right. He added some elite talent. Obviously, you go get David Sanders last cycle. That was a huge win on the recruiting trail. You've got Gabriel Ascenda committed in this class. Can you add another elite prospect in JB Shabbaz? And again, kid that's quiet, doesn't talk a whole lot, plays his cards close to the chest. Where is Tennessee at? Well, late last night, after Braden Rouse comes off the board, after Braden Rouse commits to Tennessee, we can go over to JB Shabbaz. We can take a look at his On3 profile. And while we may talk about spoilers, we may talk about predictions, we may have a lot of fun last night with Braden Rouse, this gives me a little confidence here. You can see on the screen that both Steve Wiltfong and Chad Simmons locked in their expert predictions for the Vols to land JB Shabbaz last night around 9 p.m. What is that? Is that a prediction? It sure sounds to me like a spoiler. Chad Simmons said JB Shabbaz is one to watch for Tennessee. Very much in the thick of this one, too, as he works to make his decision. So there it is, the Fong Bomb, the spoiler, the prediction. It looks like Tennessee is going to add another elite blue chip offensive line into this class of 2026. What are your thoughts? Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Braden Rouse. Let's talk about Joel Combe and also JB Shabbaz. We're going to add 2 more guys in this class of 26. Jump in the comment section. Let's get into it. Smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. I would greatly appreciate it. Go check out the Talkin VAWLS merch, bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. You can also support the channel by hitting that join button. It's right down there below, right beside subscribe. It's $1 a month. That support means the world. This channel doesn't survive without those memberships. So if you like what we do, think about hitting that join button. There are links in the description to do all that stuff, but that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.